everyone. I am Florence Poussadier, Strategic Account Manager at Limagrain Ingrédients. During 30 minutes, we will present you our best ingredients for innovating coating system. During the presentation, you will meet Aurélie da Silva, Category Manager, and Rick van Dam, Application Manager. During the presentation, you can send your question by chat, and we will answer at the end of the webinar or after the webinar if we have too much question. The presentation will be sent after the webinar to all the attendees. While we will begin the presentation by presentation of Limagrain Ingrédients. And after, Aurélie will present you the market trends for coating products. And after, Rick will tell you everything or almost everything about functional flours and other ingredients for coating system. Well, for Limagrain Ingrédients, Limagrain Ingrédients is a subsidiary of the French cooperative Limagrain. 1,500 of French farmers in the cooperative produce every year mainly wheat and maize grains and also wheat and maize seeds. A particularity of Limagrain is the investment in research. Limagrain invests more than 15% of our turnover in research. And for example, some years ago, the breeders at Limagrain developed a new variety of wheat, a waxy wheat. And Rick will tell you about the waxy wheat and the effect on the final product. Some of our ingredients are produced thanks to this reserved variety. The vocation of the subsidiary Limagrain Ingrédients is to create natural, healthy, and innovating ingredients from grain and cereals. 350 employees work at Limagrain Ingrédients on 7 different sites. For example, we produce functional flour in the north of France at Arques and also in Netherlands. In Auvergne, we also produce toasted ingredients and maize flour that can be used for coating system. In Netherlands, we also produce puff cereals and grains for innovating breadcrumb. And we also have 3 application laboratories that you can see on the photos. The vocation of this laboratory is to help you in the development of your product to find the better way to use our ingredients. Limagrain Ingrédients is an European leader of functional flour. Our total capacity is around 72,000 tons. And we have 2 sites of production for the functional flour, so we can build specific contingency plan for you adapted to your business. We can also guarantee the French origin for the functional flour. Tomorrow we will inaugurate a new line at Arques site. We invested near 10 million euro for this new line, and this new line will give us 12,000 tons of additional capacity. This line is adapted to produce references of functional flour with large volume. And thanks to this new line, we can also produce new type of product. We can also guarantee organic quality or gluten-free quality on request for the functional flours. Now, I leave the floor to Aurélie for the market trends.
Thank you, Florence. So now we'll take a look at all the market trends, general market trends for coating products. So if we take a look at the general market trends, we can see that they're based on 3 main pillars, which are ingredients, convenience, and nutrition. So taking a look at the ingredient trends, we can say that it is mainly characterized by an increasing demand in natural and organic ingredients, but more generally in ingredients that are clean label. So this can be explained by the fact that consumers are nowadays looking for products that are more clean, but also they're looking for more transparency in the product and specifically in the ingredient list. So also following that, we can see that there's a strong and constant demand for plant-based products. So moving on to the next pillar, we can say that the convenience is also driving the market trends. So nowadays consumers are looking for products that are more and more suitable to the lifestyle. So for example, if you have to eat on the go, or if you don't have enough time to cook or prepare your meal, So this is why consumers are demanding products that are easy and quick to prepare, but also easy to use. And the last element that is to take into consideration is the concept of nutrition. So today there's a rising concern for health and well-being, and consumers are looking for healthier products, which is leading to a specific demand for low, no, reduced products. So, for example, products that have low fat or less salt. And this is also driving the development of new specific diets, such as the vegan diet or maybe gluten-free diet. So to illustrate all these market trends, here you'll have some product launches from the past months. So as you can see, they all represent the main trends from the market and are all driven by the ingredient trend, going from organic and plant-based product to products that are free from artificial ingredients or preservative. Most of them also are also driven by the convenience trends and also the nutrition trends since they're healthier products. So there's also several products that perfectly illustrate the trends, but we'll take one which is a lightly breaded chicken breast nuggets. So the second one on the second line. So like I said, this product perfectly illustrates the trend of the market. Since it is organic, it has 35% fewer calories and 30% fewer fat. It's also free from artificial ingredients and also easy to prepare, as you can cook it while using a microwave, oven, or pan. So here was a quick presentation of all the trends driving the market. And now I'll leave Rick continue the presentation with our functional flour.
Thank you, Aurélie, and good afternoon to everyone who has just joined this webinar. I will now talk a little bit about functional flour, and I will try to explain the concept of functional flour to you. So the functional flour is a combination between certain cereals or pulses and the process. So if you look at the cereals or the pulses, we can use different types. So we can use wheat, maize, or rice, but we can also use different varieties of these cereals. So and these different varieties come with specific traits. We combine these cereals or pulses with a process, and this process in this process we can manage a certain heat treatment. So we have our own patented Valigel process, but we also have an extrusion process. And then we can control the particle size by grinding and sieving. And in that way, by adjusting all these parameters, we can really come up with a very specific product and also meet our customer specific needs. So if we combine the raw material on one hand with the process, so the raw material has its unique characteristics, and the process, we will come up with a clean label functional flour, which has a certain functionality, which is suitable for a lot of applications. And one of the most interesting things that it always can be labeled just as flour. So in case we use wheat, we will call it wheat flour. Do we use rice? Then it's just labeled as a rice flour. This makes it a very transparent and clean label ingredient to use. If we look at the benefits of a functional flour, a few of them are listed here. We can control the particle size, as I already told. And by doing so, we can also guarantee very low dust levels. And low dust ensures the worker safety. Also, the particle size can be very useful for certain applications. Because we have a very even particle size distribution, it makes it very easy to mix with other ingredients, but you will also get a very good flowability, which ensures that the product is easily dispersible on lines. If you look at the heat treatment also gives us the benefit that we have very low microbiology and also enzyme activity. So this low microbiology ensures us that we have good food safety and also good shelf life. This is not only due to the microbiology, but also due to the lack or very low enzyme activity of our products. So our products have mainly no or very low enzyme activity to them. Another interesting benefit of our product is that we can control the viscosity. So we have a lot of possibilities when it comes to viscosity. And I'm not sure if you can see it very well on the screen, but there's a little image on the bottom which shows that we have products that can bring either very much viscosity in hot conditions, but also in cold conditions. And those that bring viscosity in cold conditions are more like instant flowers. But we also have products that meet each other in the middle, so they bring both cold viscosity and hot viscosity. So with our ingredients, with our functional flowers, we can provide the specific flower for each type of viscosity which is needed for a certain application. Then gluten-free is, in some cases, can be quite an issue. And we can also provide most of our references in gluten-free quality based on maize, rice, or pulses. And also, the benefit of the pulse flowers is that you also get a bit more protein to them. So if we look at the overview, we can alter or play around with different types of varieties of the raw material. The product always has a low microbiology compared to a native flower and very low or no enzyme activity at all. And because we can control the particle size, we have low dust and a very good flowability. And we can also control the viscosity. And if needed, we can also produce these references in gluten-free. If we look at the packaging of the product, we can either package it in regular 25 kilo bags, big bags, or we can also deliver in bulk. So that was a very quick and brief introduction to the concept of functional flowers. And now I will move to the application part. And for the application part, we've cut up the topic into 3 different segments. So we start off with a dry layer, the pre-dust, then we move to the batter, and then finally we finish off by adding the crumb to the product. So to start off with the pre-dust. Functional flowers can be used as a pre-dust. So you could use a regular, very fine flour, but you can also use our granulates. Our granulates come in different types of particle sizes, whatever suits your needs. And it always ensures that you have a very good flowability because of this even particle size. So it prevents from clogging on the line, and it also makes it very easy to evenly disperse the pre-dust on the substrate. And because of this heat treatment, we can generate a lot of water absorption in cold conditions. So if you have a very wet substrate, our functional flowers can be very suitable to bind a lot of water on the substrate. Now, there's a small overview on the bottom. So we have fine products, medium, and very coarse products. So it's always possible to play around with these different types of ingredients. And on the right, there's a picture of some chicken pieces with some Mesto wheat TM40 on them. And it really gives a nice and coarse outer skin to the product, which makes it easy for the batter to adhere. Then we move over to the batter layer, so the wet layer. So as a base, we could use a low-treated, stabilized functional flour. And the benefit of this product is that it's very consistent batch to batch. So we can control the cold viscosity, and you also have the assurance that you have a very shelf-stable and product with low microbiology. A few examples of these kind of products is, for instance, the Westo Wheat 100, the Bitex 11201, and also the OptiWheat. And the OptiWheat is a new range made possible by our new Varigel line. And it's especially interesting for large volumes, and we can also offer it at very interesting price levels also. So that's the base. So we start off with a stabilized functional flour, which can bring some consistency to your batter system. Then we look at texture. So there's a lot of different possibilities to change the texture of the product. So we can think of a different amylose to amylopectin ratio. Florence also already mentioned that we have some flowers like the Westo 3000R based on a waxy variety which can bring a very high contents of amylopectin. But we can also offer a flower probably in the future that can bring more amylose. So those are things that we can play around with. Also, by using different types of raw material, we also have different starch granules that also affect the texture of the coating. So we could use maize or rice. And also by using flowers with different particle sizes, we can also play around with the final texture of the product. So you could think of a functional flower replacing a semolina. Then we look at viscosity. So viscosity control can be very important, and it's also has a big impact on the pickup of the batter system. And you could use gums or modified starches to generate more viscosity, but with using functional flowers, you don't need them at all. So we have different products to bring more cold viscosity. So we could use either Westovit H1 or Bitex 11501 or the Westovit 7418. These are three products that can bring you different amounts of viscosity in cold conditions. And these viscosities are specified in the product specification in the data sheet. But we also have different methods in our lab. So we have labs in the Netherlands, but also in the north of France and in Auvergne. And there we have a lot of different tools available to actually measure the viscosity of the product. So if you're looking for something that's more close to the way you measure your viscosity, the chances are high that we have similar equipment, so we can really talk the same language. So those are some products to increase the viscosity in cold conditions, so to increase the viscosity of your batter. Then we can also play around with color and taste. So we can, of course, use pulse flowers. As you can see in the picture, we can bring a lot of different colors with pulse flowers, but also the pulse flavor. Another benefit of our heat treatment is that the off flavor you usually get from pulses it doesn't get that bitter, so you don't have these typical off flavors. Another product could be used is maize flour to get a typical maize color and flavor, but we could also use toasted maize flour, which isn't actually functional flour, but it's a maize flour toasted on our toasting line, which gives a very distinct flavor to your it can bring a very distinct flavor to your coating. So these are just some ideas in which you could use our products to either have a stable base flour or to generate some more viscosity, play around with the texture and also the color and the taste. Then we move over to the final layer of the batter, which is the breading. So as you can see, we have a lot of pictures on here with different kinds of particles that could be used in your breadcrumb. But I think most important in this case is that is the Prado and Presco range. So the Prado range is a range of toasted ingredients, which gives a very distinct flavor, a bit of a nutty flavor in some cases, and the Presco range, which is a range of puffed ingredients. So you see a few examples of those at the bottom. For instance, the toasted broken chickpea. It's high in protein and it gives a nice toasted flavor, a nice nutty flavor to your product. But also puffed ingredients can be very suitable, which can bring, especially after frying, can bring some crispiness. So you could either use Dutch quinoa, Presco millet, but in the picture on the bottom right, we also have a broken brown rice. It's just some way to introduce some natural ingredients to bring more variety to your coating. Another interesting toasted ingredient could be the Nutricorn, which is a toasted maize germ, and it also is high in protein and really gives a nice nutty flavor. On the image on the right, you can also see some other references of granulated flours in various from various raw materials, which also can give a nice outer layer. Again, these products can improve the nutritional value because of the protein content, but also of the fiber content. And these are all natural, clean label ingredients. So that's it for the part of the application. And let's move over to the next slide. So as you can see, we have a kind of a toolbox. And this toolbox can be used to make a very innovative coating. We know that it's a very difficult topic, so if you need some technical support to help you with our toolbox, you can either contact Domitil Baerts, she's the technical support for culinary in Southern Europe, or you could contact me, Rick van Dam. I'm the technical support for culinary of North Europe. This is just a very brief overview of the ingredients we can offer. There's a lot more ingredients, but it's just too little time to show our whole portfolio. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I think we can move over to the Q&A session.
Thank you, Rick and Aurélie, for the presentation. And now we have some questions. We will begin with some questions to Rick. Rick, how is the viscosity control achieved, and how is it different than viscosity obtained with a regular flour?
Yeah, so if you look at regular native flour, then mainly the viscosity comes from either the gluten or the damaged starch in the product. In our case, we have a special heat treatment, so it can either be the Varigel process, in which we can kind of pre-cook the starch in the product, or we could use an extrusion process, which can also pre-cook the starch, and then we can generate a lot of cold viscosity. So we have different technologies to achieve more viscosity by giving a certain treatment to the starch in the flour.
Okay. And another question for Rick. Rick, you told about Westhoff range and Vitex range. Could you explain the difference between the two ranges, please?
Yeah, the main difference between the two ranges is the technology. So the Westhoff range is mainly coming from our Arc factory in the north of France, and the Vitex range is mainly coming from Weert. We do, however, have some technologies that can be interchangeable. So we can also produce some Westhoff products in Weert, and we can also in the Netherlands, and we can also produce some Vitex products in the north of France. But it's just a matter of different technologies.
Thank you. And another question for you, Rick. In which level you use Westhoff or Vitex for viscosity control?
Yeah, that's kind of a difficult question because it's very it depends very on what kind of viscosity or how much you want to increase the viscosity, and also depending on the product. To give you an example, our Westhoff Wheat 7418 can generate a lot of cold viscosity, so you probably need a little bit less than with our Vitex 11501. But also the way they interact with moisture is a kind of is a bit different. So it really depends on the viscosity you're looking for, but also on the type of mixing and different types of factors. But I think even with the use of a few percent of our functional flours, you could significantly increase the viscosity of a batter.
Thank you for this answer. And maybe a last question. There is a link between the presentation of Aurélie. Do you have ingredients that could improve Nutri-Score of coated products?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, we have a whole range of pulse flours. So these pulse flours, they contain quite a lot of protein. So these can be used to increase the protein content of the flour. So with these flours, you have to think of a protein content between 20 and 29%. But another product range that we have some stabilized wholemeal flours. Those could be used in batters as well, but we also have various fibers available which could be used to enhance the Nutri-Score.
Okay, thank you. And another question about pulses flour. What is the level of protein for your pulses flours?
Yeah, like I just mentioned in the last question, so these protein content ranges between 20 and 29%, and it really depends on what kind of pulse flour you're using. So if you look at a faba bean, it's a bit higher in protein compared to a chickpea, for instance. Besides the higher protein content, our pulse flours also bring more fibers to the products as well.
Okay, thank you for this all this precision. Thank you, everybody, and you will receive soon the presentation. Thank you, and see you soon.